Here's a boombox I got at the estate sale today. This is the Panasonic RX-5150 from 1982. It has two 6.5-inch woofers, two 1.25-inch tweeters, although they're just piezo tweeters, they're not cone tweeters. It has two condenser mics, our cassette well, and our main radio dial. Notice they're proud that it's ambience, which as near as I can tell just adds a little, I'll call it dimension, but that's just a word I'm using. It does something that, like, it echoes it or something like that. It's not bad sometimes. Also, you'll notice I bought at the estate sale a Lazy Susan. I have watched enough Jim Lindenaas videos, who has a radio repair channel on YouTube, you should check it out, to know that this could be very convenient. And when I saw this in the kitchen, I bought it too. For something this big, it helps. I don't have to constantly be reaching in and moving it around. It's a nice addition, so we might see this in more videos too if it comes in handy. Let's check out some of the things around the unit. We have our radio dial, megahertz and kilohertz. We'll have a power light and an FM stereo light. We'll have a spot for headphone jacks, volume 0 to 10, balance left and right to 5, bass -5 to 5, treble -5 to 5, our mode switch, mono, stereo, or the ambience, and it says it's beat proof, so I guess you don't get a beat on AM if you're trying to record. Alright, here's our tape selector, normal, chrome, or metal. Our function selector, when it's on tape, it's off, radio or line in. We have a record mute switch, which is, the cover on that is missing. Maybe it fell off at one time, or maybe one of these other more important ones fell off and they replaced it with that. Our FM and AM bands, a loudness button, and the TPS button. TPS is the tape program sensor, which is, if you're playing a tape and you want to go to the next song and you fast forward and that button is depressed, it will go to the next song, stop, and start playing. Same thing if you use it in reverse. It will go there, stop playing, and then play the next song. Let's see here. What else we have? Let's scoot in a little closer. We have a 7 LED level indicator. -20, -10, -5, 0, +2, +3. And we also have another LED for when the tape program sensor is working. Soft touch mechanism, universal voltage. We have a tape counter with a reset button. We have our normal cassette well here. Let's get out a little. Normal cassette well, regular functions, eject, record, rewind, fast forward and play, and the little graphic indicator here shows that the play, fast forward, and fast reverse are connected through TPS. We have a stop button and a pause button. Around the left side we have our ACN and DCN. We have a handle at the top. Around the right side you can see we have our tuning dial, and on the back, let me pull in a little closer here, we have a universal voltage selector. There's a note in the battery compartment which says it's preset for 115 to 127 at the factory, and if you want to change it, follow the instructions in the manual, but I'm sure it has something to do with fiddling those around. We have our antenna's broken off. It's one of the reasons I got this real cheap. I live in an area of strong FM stations, so I can still get FM stereo on those stations. Distant stations would be a problem. But for right now it's okay, until I can replace the antenna. Microphone jacks, left and right. Line in jacks, left and right. Line out, left and right. and you can send your speakers to a 3 to 8 ohm additional speakers. Alright, I've got two microphones plugged into the back, and they're sitting up here on the little table, trying to get them away from the speaker so we don't get feedback. Hopefully we'll have a little success with that. And we'll compare microphone recording with condenser recording. So this is the test of the two microphones plugged into the jacks on the back of the Panasonic RX-5150 from 1982. We'll have to hear what these sound like on playback. I've talked about the unit versus the two condenser microphones, which we'll use on our next little test. And we have the volume turned down, and I can see some recording level here. I'm not sure if you can in the light, but let's stop this and play it back and hear what it sounds like. Turn the volume back up. So this is the test of the two microphones plugged into the jacks on the back of the Panasonic RX-5150 from 1982. I'll have to hear what these sound like on playback. I've talked about the unit versus the two condenser microphones, which we'll use on our next little test. And we have the volume turned down, and I can see some recording level here. I'm not sure if you can in the light, but let's stop this and play it back and hear what it sounds like. Okay, it sounds a little echoey. I think it sounded better when I took it off ambience and put it on stereo and took the loudness button off. So let's set up for a condenser mic test here. Alright, I'm now using the two condenser mics on the Panasonic to test the condenser mic recordings. And having learned from the microphone recording, I'm not going to try the ambience. That sounded not too good. I'm going to leave the loudness off. Right about now, I think I'll try the record mute feature. See if that works or exactly what it does. Of course, you have to hold it down. That's a little unusual. Alright, I'm done with the record mute switch test. And we'll play this back and see if the record mute kicked in and how the condenser mics sounded compared with the microphone mics. Volume back up. Alright, I'm now using the two condenser mics on the Panasonic to test the condenser mic recordings. And having learned from the microphone recording, I'm not going to try the ambience. That sounded not too good. I'm going to leave the loudness off. Right about now, I think I'll try the record mute feature. It apparently worked. Alright, I'm done with the record mute switch test, and we'll play this back and see if the record mute kicked in and how the condenser mics sounded compared with the microphone mics. Okay, well, the condenser mic sounded reasonably good too. Alright, we'll try recording off the radio. We've got the selector to radio, our volume turned down, power, we're on FM stereo. And that's what's playing on the radio right now, so we'll have to watch out for copyright. So we'll turn the record feature on the tape deck. And I'm using normal tape for all these tests. I don't have a chrome tape or a metal tape available right now. This is the only boombox I have that can do metal tape, actually. All my others stop at CR02. Well, let's see if it gets anything off the radio. Put it back to tape. Turn the volume up a little.
Some fun things to do with B105.7.
IPL's Downtown Freedom Fest.
So it records off the radio just fine. I noticed the levels are much higher than when I was using the microphones. Alright, let's test out a pre-recorded tape. This is my typical Walker's tape. Usually don't have any copyright problems with this. Treble, bass. Hard to tell the difference between those, but it's there.
You've been walking 10 minutes and covered 2/3 of a mile. Keep it up.
That's the pause there. Alright, I want to test the TPS system, but this is not a good tape for it because it doesn't really have breaks between the tracks. So let me set something else up. Alright, I've put an Oscar Peterson tape in, so we're going to have to be a little careful about copyright. We'll depress the TPS button. Play. If I press fast forward, it should go to the next song, stop, and start playing. And it did. So that apparently works. Let's try it in a rewind. I could listen to Oscar Peterson all day. Unfortunately, the copyright people wouldn't let me do that on YouTube. So the TPS system works in both directions. The eject is not terribly slow or not terribly fast. Only moderate, I guess. Alright, we'll start our radio test here. We're on FM.
CD kit that will show you how easy it is to get in, get out, and get paid immediately.
Sound
Flipping
stereo,
houses
and right
if
now you
come
can see
join
an
my
FM stereo
team.
light.
Call 1-800-235-0528 to get your free flipping kit. Call 800-235-0528 now, and you'll also get free tickets
It has
to
good
a
volume.
training workshop, plus a free meal, an e-writer tablet, and a USB
I'm only
drive.
at 1
Reloaded
right
with
there.
Nick's powerful information just for attending the free training workshop. Call 800-235-0528. That's 800-235-0528.
I want to go too high.
How does Get-Go Cafe and Market
Here's
take the
ambience.
cons out of convenience? Instant summer savings on gas.
Now I can hear a
For
difference,
time, you'll get 10 cents
but in
off
this
per
case I
gallon
don't really
gas
like
with
it.
your
It
bill.
adds like some high level.
Pump a gallon, save a dime.
I hate
Pump
saying
oil,
noise,
save
but
more. You can drive everywhere under the sun this summer and
I don't
still
think it's
save
good
big when you fuel up at Get-Go. Visit
fit
getgocafe.com
for this
to find
right
your
now.
nearest location. When you want to instantly save 10 cents per gallon on gas, it's go time at Get-Go. Restrictions apply.
Try loudness.
Rattle, rattle, thunder clatter, boom, boom, boom.
Are we still going on vacation this year?
Yep.
Well, the SUV.
Once again, I can hear it. I'm not sure if
Rattle, rattle.
it'll come through to
Take
YouTube
it to
very well.
Carfax and have them check everything else out.
I thought we had to go to the dealer.
No.
Downtown is gonna be rocking. It's after 11. New politics.
So there is probably fewer FM stations based on my experience here. Probably because the antenna's not on. That would explain it.
Dedicated staff are committed to providing the best in customer service and top quality merchandise.
Level indicators work.
Their Anderson, Indiana location is approximately 25 miles northeast of Indiana.
Yeah, that ambience just almost seems to add hiss.
Access to I-69. They have complete line of men's, women's, and children's footwear, work and western wear, jewelry, accessories, hats, full tack department, feed, and gift items. Cowpokes
Mono
Work
to
and
stereo.
Western,
Stereo adds a little
1812
hiss, too.
East 53rd Street in Anderson. They're open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 8 and Sunday 11 to 5. Cowpokes Work and Western in Anderson.
When the
Try some AM here.
Michigan among the top 10 states in the country for business.
Of course, the stereo light is not on. It's just FM stereo.
There are two things every parent wants when their child goes to college. For their child to do well, and
Guess we don't need stereo for AM, do we?
Student loans, parents can have the best of both worlds. Not only do our loans cover up to 100% of school certified costs with zero fees, but we'll give them
Nashville to talk about her latest
Fire in today.
I want to see if I can get WLW in Cincinnati. That's usually the channel I can get lowest on the dial.
Strongholds, including those built around the deception and slavery.
Yep, sounds good.
And that's why this booklet is good for it.
Seems to be a good AM performer.
Get all three out of school.
you're one of these players that's good enough to play.
Bad teams that have a lot of potential to be up and coming and be good.
I usually just sit at the bar and drink. That's usually all I do.
Okay. And the dream is that you are raising up a new generation. In Israel.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, something happened with music, you know, in the last century.
Okay, the radio works. Too bad about the FM antenna. Okay, that's been the Panasonic RX-5150 from 1982. Sort of a general look at it. and its capabilities, at least as far as the old one that I have. Hope you've enjoyed it, and if you like old consumer electronics like this, you might want to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already to continue watching more of them. So thanks for watching. Bye.